The editor is intimidating in little wargame, but it's worth demystifying it, as once you find comfort in pressing the editor button, you are greeted with a huge slew of items that you can change, manipulate, or create that are wholly original, and it drastically opens up the game to you. Perhaps you don't want to play more melee maps, perhaps you've enjoyed the various RPGs, tower defense games, paintball, and other sports clones that have come out, games like Chicks vs. Wolf, and even more. Perhaps you saw things like Ancient World by Pekka and Invictus, and all the sprites that have been done by Owen and Keeley, and a huge slew of other people, and you thought, man, I really want to do that. So we're going to start with something fairly simple, which is making a hero. Now, despite that being a very simple topic, you'll see that it has a lot of nuance. So the first thing you do after we go into the editor is I've opened up this 40 by 24 map so that we can get into it and make a hero. What is a hero, though? I mean, if we just have a couple of units here and they fight a couple of our opponent's units, yeah, these are just basic units. So maybe we can start with the first definition that a hero, whatever it is not this. Like, these are just basic soldiers with default values, no special abilities, no experience to level up, nothing that seems particularly new or interesting. So let's fix that. All right, let's go into data. Yes, we do want to modify the map, and we want to make a new unit type. One of the things I would advise you to do is that if you are going to change, rather than change existing units and data and abilities in the editor, you certainly can. There's no convention against it. I would recommend that you make new units. So let's say we like the soldier. We think that the soldier has a pretty cool look to him. So we're going to clone from the unit data of the soldier, and we're going to call it, we're just going to make a couple of heroes. So I'm going to make hero 1. The ID string has to be all lowercase, all one word. And I like adding either a period or a Z so that it goes to the bottom of the list. Let me go ahead and show you what I mean. If we create hero 1 as just hero 1, it will go here between healing word and mage. However, if we put Z hero 1, Z is alphabetically in the last place in the English language, so hero 1 and all of our other new units will go here at the bottom. So, okay, we've done it. We have created a custom unit. We have called it a hero. Here we go. We've got a couple units here, a couple of heroes here, and a couple of heroes here. And they're going to fight, and it's going to be awesome because they're... Wait a second. These are just basic soldiers. Well, that's a mistake. That whatever a hero is, that's not it. Okay. So we need to change a couple of things. Heroes are stronger than regular units, right? I mean, there's no difference right now between these heroes and a regular soldier. So, okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to change some of the values, because maybe if it's stronger, it'll be a hero. Okay, we're just going to give him an extra 100 hit points, and an extra armor, and he's going to swing like for 22. So we just modified the hit points, the armor, and the damage. So there we go. All right. We're going to now also do something else. What makes a hero, clearly, is that there's only one of them. So we're the player 1. If you have not seen this before, when you click test, you have control over player 1's unit. So here we go. We have made our hero, and we're going to give him a couple regular soldiers to fight alongside him. You know what? We're even going to move him over to the front. Yeah, the hero's in the right there. He's separate so that we can see what's going on. Okay, and we're up against our opponent, player 2. All players, with the exception of player 1, are treated as opponents when you click test. So we are going to change these back to player 1, and then we're going to click soldier, and we're just going to give our opponent 3 soldiers. Oh, but we gave him player 1 units, so we're going to click and drag all of these player 1 units. We're going to then go down to the player bar, click player 2. Okay. Now we're going to start. It's the hero 1 and 3 soldiers against 3 soldiers. And this is what makes a hero, right? It's that our hero is a little bit stronger than regular. Like, look at that. He has 350 health. He hits even harder. He has a slightly different name. And this is not, I don't know what we wanted from our hero, but this isn't quite it. Like, okay, yeah, he's a little bit stronger, but most of the time when you think of a hero, you think there's only one of them. Okay, maybe. And they have something special, something interesting about them. It seems like just giving them extra health and damage doesn't quite do it. Okay, so maybe you think, look, I already knew what I wanted in a hero. I want my hero to look visually distinct. I want it to be clear that this hero is the hero. One way you can do that is by making the hero physically larger. So we're going to close this and move these over so that you can see what is about to happen. We're going to go to data, and we're going to go back to hero 1. Right now, hero 1 is the same actual size as all of these other soldiers. So that makes him just look like any other soldier. So one way that we can make our hero distinct is by making him visually distinct. So one way we can do that is we go down to hero 1, scroll down, and we are looking for, first we're going to look for image scale. And we're also going to do some things with health bar offset and width. So, okay, we're looking to do image scale. Image scale, by the way, is the thing that increases the size or decreases the size of the model in accordance with what its basic value is. So right now, image scale. If you put another value other than 1, the image will be scaled, so the image becomes bigger or smaller. Only visual, no gameplay effect. So a unit that has image scale 1 just has its normal look. If a unit has image scale of 2, it will become twice the size. Oh, look, there we go. Our hero 1 is now twice the size of a regular soldier. But something's a little bit off. Yes, our soldier is, he's a hero now because he hits harder, he has a little more armor, he has a little more health, but he's also physically bigger, but the fact that his health bar is kind of inside of his body here is a bit awkward. So we're going to go to something that I referenced earlier, which is health bar offset and health bar width. Health bar offset is the Y offset of the health bar. It says it's only a visual thing, but visuals matter. So we're going to set the visual bar to 2. Notice how before, I believe it was 1.1 or something like that, it was inside of our hero's body. Now we have changed it to 2. We're going to change it to 2.1, 2.2 I believe, just to, oh look, okay, now it's above the unit. It's a bit too far above the unit. We'll change it to 2.1. Maybe just 2 is fine. And there we go. Look, okay, there we go. But something's a little off about the hero. Like, yes, he's twice the size. That's awesome, by the way. Clearly looking more heroic. But look, yeah, his health bar doesn't get in the way of his body right now, but his health bar is also just as wide as the health bar of any other unit. So the only way that we'll know that this is the hero unit, if we're not looking at the unit itself on screen, is, I mean, if we click on him or just look at him, his health bar just looks the same. Now, that might not matter to you. We're going to make a small change that will, in fact, change a lot about how visually we communicate the idea, besides his size, that this unit is the hero. So we're going to multiply the health bar width by 1.5. We're just going to make the width of his health bar 1.5 times the size that it normally was. So to do that, we go from 0.7 to 1.05. And we'll see what this does. Oh, but you'll look at that. Now his health bar is larger than the average health bar, which makes sense because he has more health than the average unit. Don't get those confused, by the way. The health of the unit has no relationship to its health bar. We could set his health to 3,500. It doesn't... Interesting quirk of the health bar system. What I meant to say, and what I will show, is that changing the health bar there does not change... it does not change how wide his health bar is. The reason his health changed there is that his total health went from being 350 up 350 to 350 visually up 3,500. But to make a point, so notice the width of the health bar. If we set his hit point value to 1, yeah, no. If we set his hit point value to 100, no. And it looks different here due to a quirk to the editor, but when we go into test, you will see, oh look, his health bar is perfectly fine, and look, he looks more hero-like, but he only still has 100 health. That's not exactly what we're looking for. Remember, the hero is tankier than, this hero soldier is tankier than a regular soldier. So, we're going to go to hero 1, we're going to change its value back to 350 health, we're going to ignore the change that that's going to have on how wide his health bar appears, or what his fractional health looks like. And then we're going to go over here to health bar width. And I think it was previously 0.7. Maybe we're going to change it to something like, let's say 1.25. And now that it's 1.25, look, it's about as wide as he is, and it looks like it's actually touching his sword a little bit, so we're going to increase the height again. Go back up to 2.25 or something like that. Good, now his health clears over his sword, and he has noticeably, visually communicates that he has more health than the average soldier. Okay, so here we go. Here's our soldier hero. Now look at this. Now we've got something looking like a hero. Look at that. He's not only physically stronger, he's also got this bigger health bar. Everything seems to be going just fine. His character model's a little wonky in that its width doesn't seem to be quite fitting to how large he is, but that's okay. Like, that, you know, we can work with that. Look, like, if you were to ask, hey, all right, it's a mugshot. Which of these three is the hero? Well, we don't even have to click on it, right? I'll take the giant soldier thing with an extra sized hit point bar to the left for 300, Alex. Okay, but you might be saying, I want more than that from the hero. Like, I'm used to other games that when I have a hero, you know, maybe I'm used to League of Legends or Dota, or I'm used to the way that units get stronger in Company of Heroes, or I'm used to heroes in Warcraft 3. Like, where are the abilities? Now you might think, oh, that doesn't quite matter. Look at this dude. He's big, massive, and a hero. Well, there's one problem with that. Fundamentally, he hits harder. He's a little bit tankier, but he's not actually different gameplay-wise than a regular soldier. Like, if we were to just upgrade a soldier's stats, it wouldn't look like this hero soldier, but it would be this hero soldier. We just changed the base hero to have the same 350 hit points, 1 extra armor, and 4 extra damage. That would be it. So what gives? Well, we're going to go ahead and do something a little bit different. We're going to give our hero an ability. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to give our hero an ability that's already in the game. This is fairly simple, something that we can do fairly quickly, and something that doesn't take a lot of time or effort in order to make your hero unit feel like a hero. So we're going to go to abilities. We want to give this hero the ability to cast, let's say we want the hero to have the ability to cast Smash. So for those of you who don't know, Smash is an ability that it casts at instant speed, and after a short duration, it causes the unit to blow back units that are physically located close to it. That seems appropriate for our soldier hero, right? Like, it's already in the game, might as well use it. So we're going to go over here to units, and we're going to go to Hero 1. If anytime you want to add abilities to any unit or any building, you go to where that unit or building is located. Buildings are obviously in a different tab. And you scroll down to where it says Abilities. Simple enough. We're going to scroll down. Okay. It doesn't say Abilities, rather. It now says Commands. So this shows all the commands that all units can use. So our hero just has Stop, Hold Position, Attack, Move, Move to, and A Move. Those seem pretty standard. We're going to go ahead and find Smash. Now, we could do this a couple of ways. We could look through all of this and try and find Smash. That could take some time. It's here, by the way. But if you don't know the editor as well, look at all of these abilities you'd have to search through. That's kind of a hassle. So we're going to go ahead and do something similar to what we did when we made this hero unit. It's just rather than use the existing Smash, which we could do, by the way, there is nothing wrong with doing that, just to make it easier for us to find, we're going to create a new ability that is essentially a copy of Smash. So we're going to go to Abilities, New Object, and we're going to clone from Smash. We're going to call this Hero Smash, because, Hulk Smash is so overplayed. So we're going to call this Z Hero Smash. Now, remember, for the ID string, it all has to be lowercase and one word. And for the name, it has to be any legal name. So can't add periods or numbers or things of that nature, at least directly. And then we're going to go ahead and create. When we hit create, this does a couple of things. Obviously, Z is alphabetically last. So, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way over to T, U. Well, Z is alphabetically last in the English language. It's funny how that works out. And we see that this Hero Smash is a perfect copy of just regular Smash. It has the same description, the same effect, the same mana cost, the same AoE radius, damage, range, same type as is instant. That's perfect. So now we're going to go back to units. We're going to go to Hero 1, and we're going to go to the command card. We want to give this hero Smash. We go to Add. Now, before, we had to know where Smash was, which coincidentally, again, was, oh, where was it? Oh, it's somewhere in here. Oh, but it's not alphabetized. Oh, that's a mess. I don't know where it is. Oh, Z Hero Smash, however, right here at the bottom. Because we just made it, it exists here at the bottom. So we click on Hero Smash and add. Yeah, boy. Okay. Now, Hero Smash is a copy of Smash. So I'm going to show something that this is a little bit advanced. This will pay dividends when we add a custom ability to our hero in a little bit. When we look at Hero Smash, how does our character cast or use Hero Smash? Well, we see that it's on command card 0. Units, by default, are, when you click on them, it shows command card 0. Now, on command card 0, in interface position X of 0 and position Y of 0, and it says right here in the tooltip, the X position of the button on the command card, 0 is the very left. The Y position of the button on the command card, 0 is the top row. This means that Hero Smash is located on the command card that we see when we select our hero unit, our hero soldier, and its Hero Smash ability should be located on the very left top hand side of its command card. Because that was Hero Smash, we go back here to Hero 1, we see that in the command card. Oh look, it has the Hero Smash ability. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and test that. Here we go. What? Oh yeah, now we've got an ability. How good is Hero Smash, by the way, you may be asking. Okay, well we're going to press Q and... Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that, it has a cooldown. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah, we're gonna let some of these people go away. Yep. Nope, be inefficient. Attack over there. Awesome. Okay, while you stay over here and do nothing. Yeah! Smash things away. Okay, there we go. Now we have an ability on our hero. Now our hero looks a bit more like a hero. He's physically larger. He has an extensive, like a wider hit point bar. So it looks more visually stimulating. It looks more like a hero and then less like a regular soldier. Even if all we did is increase its size and raise its health bar offset so that it doesn't sit in the middle of the character model, and then widen it a little bit. And it has an ability. It has Hero Smash. Now this is an ability that, we did just copy the regular Smash. So we're going to do something a little bit different now. We're going to add an ability to the hero, because what's a hero with just one ability? Hello? That doesn't sound like a hero. That sounds like just a unit. Like I know basic spellcasters in a real-time strategy game that have more than one ability. So what we're going to do is I'm going to deliberately give this hero an ability that costs mana so that I can show a couple of things off to you. And if we haven't gotten to what you think a hero unit should have, don't worry. While this won't be all-encompassing, because there are a lot of things that you can do in the editor, I will be going over some things like, hey, when is it going to talk about the levels? I like to add levels. I want a thing that adds abilities, that level. We'll get there. We'll get there, I promise you. So we go to Hero 1. And the thing is, we want to give him Fireball. There's just one problem with Fireball. First off, we're going to make a new copy of Fireball rather than use the existing one, because this will be easier to find. Oh, look, Fireball. Now, you cannot find it that easily. I am not some champion of the editor. I just happen to have cloned from Fireball about, unironically, over 100 times. So I happen to know where it is. If it takes you a little while longer to find it, don't worry. That's why I recommend, by the way, that you make a copy of the object and put Z at the end so that you can see what it is. You can change the name of all these things later. It is a little odd that our hero is called Z Hero when we click on him, but you do that at the end. There's no reason to do that at the beginning and give yourself more hassle. So we're going to call this Hero Fireball, and the name is going to be Z Hero Fireball. Cool. And this should be exactly the same as the existing Fireball. And look, interface position X is of 0 is on the very left, and it's on the bottom row. Okay, so we're going to have Smash at 0.00, the upper left-hand side, and we're going to have Fireball, or Hero Fireball, on the most left-hand side of the command card, but on the bottom row. Okay, that shouldn't be a problem. And now we're going here. We go to Hero 1. We're going to go to Commands. He's missing something. Oh, I know. See if you can figure out what it is before I get to this next part of the video. Hey, look, the Hero Fireball. It's all the way here. Come on, isn't that super useful? Okay, we've got Fireball. Awesome. I cannot wait to cast things and just deal damage. All right, so we're going to go ahead, and we're just going to go ahead. Yeah, we get started, and awesome. We're going to, wait a second. What? Go over here, don't do anything. This spell needs to be researched first. Not enough mana. It has the same hotkey. Oh no, that's not doable. That's not doable at all. So we're going to go ahead and change a couple of those things. What were the problems with our Fireball ability, with our Hero Fireball? Well, first off, it said it had to be researched. We couldn't even use it. So if you go down here, you see the requirements list. It says that it needs of type of upgrade Fireball level 1. So the way this works is a requirements list puts the things that you need to have done or accomplished and at what level they need to be done or accomplished before you can use them. UPG Fireball is a reference to the name of upgrade Fireball, or of the Fireball upgrade, which is Research Fireball. So we see that Research Fireball, if you've played the game in other contexts before, you may know that in some buildings, you will see this ability, Research Fireball, because the mage didn't used to come with Fireball by default. Still doesn't, as it turns out. So we would have to research it. Well, where do we research Fireball? I think we research it in that building, like the Mages Guild. I don't want my hero to have a Mages Guild. This is about him being a badass and going forth and doing great things and prospering with the weight of his sword and being just a champion. He doesn't have a Mages Guild to research Fireball. No. Okay, so we're going to go all the way down here to see Hero Fireball and like, would we like a requirements list? Well, this says he needs to research upgrade Fireball, and then he'd have to grab it from the build. Alternatively, and hear me out on this one, no. We can just get rid of the requirements. Awesome. So there is now no requirement for him to cast it. He doesn't have to learn anything in order to use it. So we're going to go ahead and delete it. Just get rid of it. And this is why, by the way, we made a copy of Fireball instead of changing Fireball directly. Because if you had just changed Fireball, then you have to go back over here and look for Fireball, and then like, oh, but wait, our Hero Smash is over here. And if you're dealing with tons of custom objects, that becomes a problem very quickly. All right, so how do we... Ooh, mana costs. The mana cost of this ability. I mean, alternatively, and hear me out on this, we could just have it cost 0 mana. The problem with it costing 0 mana is that, well, it's very strong, and I'll just show you what that's like right quick. It's pretty strong. We're going to cast the Fireball, and in 3 seconds it'll run out, and then we're going to cast the Fireball. Oh yeah, that's pretty strong. I kind of like that, actually. But something's wrong, like we can't press Q still, because these two items, these two abilities still share the same hotkey for use, and also, using it every 3 seconds, that could be really powerful. That's kind of hard to balance, actually. And also, don't most heroes have like a cooldown system or a mana system? Like, even if they do have a cooldown system, they have a mana system. And this is part of the reason why we copied the Fireball. It's very instructive. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and change its mana cost. We don't want it to be 0 exactly. Maybe we want it to be 10. But there is a problem with that. If it costs 10 mana, then we have to give our hero mana. Oh, that's no problem, right? Okay, let's say we want him, I don't know, let's say we just give the hero 20 mana so he can cast it twice. Now, pay close attention. Mana is the amount of mana the unit has. Start mana is how much it starts with. So I'm going to show why that's relevant immediately. We're going to go here and change the hotkey. This is Fireball after all, so we're going to change the hotkey from Q to not Q. How about F? You know, for paying respects and all that. There we go. F for respects. Sick. Now we're just going to get out there. We're going to cast some fireballs, and it's going to be awesome. And wait a sec. Why? I don't have mana? Not enough mana? What is this? I don't have enough mana. Well, it turns out that the amount of mana that you have is not the amount of mana that you start with. When you go to a unit, such as Hero 1, and we look at mana, mana indicates that it has a maximum of 20 mana. Start mana tells us how much it actually starts with. Okay, not a problem. Not a problem at all. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and get some start mana. He now has 20 starting mana. He has 20 maximum mana and 20 starting mana. Awesome. Now to cast Fireball. Awesome. And then we go again. Oh yes. Oh, you love to see it. There's just one problem. Like, that's it. We can't. That's it? We can't ever cast. I mean, we can cast Smash. It's fine. It's on a 15-second cooldown. It's just one problem. We can't ever cast Fireball again. We will never have enough mana. So, let's fix that. Nope, don't need the chat history, thanks. We're going to go over to data, Hero 1. We're going to give the hero mana regeneration rate. The amount of mana this unit regenerates per second. It is worth noting this is per second. So, yeah, that could be a lot. We don't want to do something like this. We don't want to give him 10 mana per second. Because if you saw, he has 20 mana, and it takes 3 seconds for Fireball to cast. Part of the reason you put in something like mana, or some kind of restriction system, is to stop players from just spamming things constantly, and it gives you a balancing mechanic. You can make an extremely strong ability, for instance, for this hero, that costs 20 mana, because he only has 20 mana, so there's a limitation on when he can cast it. If you want to make like a cantrip, a small ability that you can use all the time, and you don't care if the player uses it constantly, you can make it cost 1 mana. But Fireball costs 10 mana. It's kind of in the middle of both of those. So our mana regeneration rate matters quite a bit. So we may want the hero to be able to cast Fireball if he starts at 0 mana. I don't know. Maybe once every 10 seconds? What about a mana regeneration rate of 1? He gets 1 mana every second. Seems pretty strong. Let's go ahead and do that. Of course, we're going to mop the floor with these regular non-heroic. What are these peasant-like non-heroic soldiers? They don't even have Fireball. They don't even have Smash. We did that a long time ago. Oh, look at that. We've got Fireball, 2, 1. Oh, we can't cast Fireball because we don't have the mana. That's kind of concerning. We're going to line up these soldiers. They're going to die for the cause, of course. But, oh, look, now we have enough mana, and eat that. Wait, huh? Fair enough. I guess you don't take damage from ally. Take it anyways. Okay, so awesome. We now have mana regeneration, right? We have a hero. He looks like a hero. He's awesome. But there's just one problem. Heroes have a story to them. They have a concept. They kind of echo throughout time. Their story gets told and passed down through oral tradition, and they seem to do impossible things. And cheating death is definitely one of those impossible things, right? We have a small problem with that right now. Are you ready? Like, okay, here we go. Now, our hero is stronger than this average soldier, but at the same time, like, hear me out on this. Okay, awesome, awesome. Look at him. He's a champion. He's awesome. He's doing work. He's doing work. He's got this Fireball ability. He's going to do work. Yeah, okay, he's doing good. Yeah, he's doing great. No, get your Smash back. Get Smash. Awesome. Okay, he's at a half health. That's not great, but that's fine. Okay, we Fireball this dude. Yeah, we're going to run away so we can get a Fireball. This is great. Wait, no, what is this? No, there's another unit. Stop. No, please. No! Okay, well, our hero is dead. He's not Rosencrantz, he's not Guildenstern, but he's definitely dead. So that kind of sucks, right? Like, imagine we've got this hero and he's kind of awesome, but we don't want him to just die and that be it. Like, that's kind of lame. Also, we have another problem. Like, there's nothing right now stopping us from, let's say we have a building that can make this hero unit. There's nothing that stops us from just having a million of these hero units. Let me show you what I mean. Like, right now, you can make more than one soldier, right? Well, you can make more than one of this hero. And also, this hero isn't anything special. Like, when he dies, yeah, he dies, but... Okay. Huh. How do we fix that? I guess it's not important. We'll get back to it in a second. Because let's look at a building. Why are we looking at a building? Oh, because when we go to our hero, we're going to click this little tag that makes him actually feel heroic-like, which is unique and heroic. Awesome. Units that are unique and heroic only exist once and can be revived when they die. Can be revived when they die, huh? How do you revive a hero that's dead? Okay, well, and how do we test to make sure that there is only one? Now, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to delete all of those, because now we want to get to a point that we want to show that you can only make one of the hero, and then we want to show that we can't make any more than one, and that when it dies, we can get the one back. But we have to change a couple things to do that. So, if you look at buildings in the game, you have things like the barracks. A barracks makes a normal, or a racks, makes a normal soldier. That's because it has this command, train soldier. So, we need to copy two things if we want to do an ability that copies making our hero. So, we're going to do a couple of things. First off, all heroes, clearly, if they're not just divine outright, they seem to almost purposefully come from an everyman background. And what's more everyman than a house? That's right, the temple that our hero soldier is formed from is going to be a house. So we're going to call it Hero House, as one should, of course. And we're going to call it Hero House. Again, we call it Z Hero House, so it can go all the way to the bottom here. Now, there's just one problem. The house doesn't technically, officially make units. It just gives supply, and that's it. Huh. That's it? That doesn't seem right. Okay, well, we'll go to the commands. Commands? Commands. Where are you, commands? Are there no commands for my house? Are there none? Image. Limit. Commands! Okay, we found you. And there's nothing there. That's a bit odd. Just to show kind of what this could be like, we're going to go ahead and do train soldier. We're going to give our house the ability to train a soldier. And then we're going to change a couple of things. We're going to add that. Awesome. And then we're going to put a house down. Our hero house. There we go. We've got a hero house. We're going to go to test. Here we go. Okay. Now we're just going to train this up. We don't have enough gold. We don't have enough gold? Oh, we're going to solve that problem right now. So if you ever have a question about what the maximum supply is, or how do you set the maximum supply, how do you set starting gold with a name or any of that, go to settings. So we're going to go to settings. We're going to go ahead and say, let's see, max supply? We don't need that right now. Start gold. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to have 100 starting gold. Like a champion. Awesome. Also, I think we should give our map a name. What would be on the nose? Oh, Hero Creation Tutorial. And we're going to make a description. Awesome. Okay, cool. We've done it. Now, what do we do now? I guess we test, right? We should be able to make that stupid soldier out of here. We press Q, and guess what? Oh, buddy. Look at this progress bar. It's coming. It's the power of a soldier. It's showing that it'll be here eventually. Anytime now. Anytime. The future is now. We've got a hero house that's making a single soldier. And he's almost here. He's a regular soldier. Okay, so that kind of was slow and sucky, right? Like, look how long that took. Fortunately, we can ameliorate that. So we're not going to change train soldier, which is the ability that we just used. In fact, we're going to go to our building, our hero house, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to get rid of that command of train soldier. But it seems like the train soldier ability was quite useful because it seemed to make a soldier for us, and we spent a certain amount of gold. Okay, seems good. So we're going to call this Train Hero. We're going to call it Z Train Hero. You can come up with whatever convention you want for the names, by the way. I just put Z so it's easier to find at the bottom. And you can call them things like, hey, anytime a unit is built, I want it to be called train. Anytime it's a hero ability, I want it to be called ability tack or something like that. So we go to Z-Train-Hero. Z-Train-Hero, it's a make unit type. Okay, cool. Well, that makes sense because it's making a unit. The unit type is soldier, but we're not making the soldier. We're making hero 1. What's hero 1, you might ask? We go all the way back to the beginning. The ID string is what is brought up when you're looking up other abilities, not the name. Because the name is amendable. We can change 01 to have the name now of 02. And if we come back to it, look, it's called 02, but its ID string is still hero 1. And so when we go to abilities and we go to the Z-Train Hero ability, it is making a unit of unit type hero 1. Because that is what we've made, hero 1. That was the name, that's the ID string. Okay, and the hotkey is Q. Okay, description. What? What is all the get field and cost and all this stuff? Okay, well, you know what? We can do a couple of things. We could just remove this and say it's nonsense, or we can add in the ID string of the thing that we are putting in. So for instance, soldier.cost is a reference to the fact that soldier has an ID string of soldier. So soldier.cost is the cost in gold of soldier. So if we go to abilities and Z-Train Hero, we can change that to hero 1, provided I can type, of course. I'm going to copy it so that it's faster. Awesome. And we're going to go all the way, and we're going to replace everywhere it says soldier in this default field. We'll see what that does for us very soon. Okay, so we've got hero 1 ability with a hotkey of Q. Yeah, okay. This seems okay. This seems all right. Because now we're going to make a hero out of here. Oh, no, wait, no, we're not. Because remember, and don't ever forget this, you can make the abilities, but unless you append the abilities as a command to an existing unit or building, it's extremely unlikely it's going to actually manifest in the world the way that you want it to, especially after all of the work that you're putting in. So we're going to look for where it says commands. It's a bit hard to find because we don't have any commands on this house, as by default the house has no commands. Why do I feel like I'm playing Blue's Clues? It's so hard for me to. There we go. References to children's shows notwithstanding. Cool, we have added the ability Z-Train Hero. All right, that's good. Our house has Z-Train Hero. We're going to test, and we're going to click. Now look, Z-Train Hero. It costs 85 gold, supply of 2, duration of 25 seconds. Soldiers are basic melee combat units. That doesn't sound right. But do notice, we are retraining the hero. We can tell because when we click Z-Train Hero, this tooltip adjusted itself to say you can only have 1. You can only have 1. So although it's taking the same amount of time to train, the same gold to train, and it seems to be calling itself a soldier in the description for some reason, we are training our hero. Oh yeah! There we go. We've got our hero now. Let's just get another one. Oh wait, we can't. That's the power of Uniqu&Heroic. Okay. We have our hero. But a couple of things are off about our training of our hero, right? It takes way too long. It costs this gold, and we don't want it to do that. And it says it's a soldier? No, that's not right. That can't possibly be right. And so we're going to change it. Now, you may have noticed, or you may be familiar with the idea, that when we were in Z-Train Soldier, or Z-Train Hero, the tooltip is the description. The tooltip we see for when we're looking over the train hero ability in our house is the description. And it shows, it gets these fields of the hero 1's cost, the hero 1's supply, the hero 1's build time, and the hero 1's description. So that means, rather than go into Z-Train Hero and try and change things there, which would be very difficult and in fact would have no impact whatsoever, we can go to our Z-Hero 1 unit, and we can amend all of these aspects there. So we want it to cost Nothing, because, a hero always shows up when he's needed without cost. Certainly, at least in the older era of heroes. So we're going to change his cost to 0. We want him to come out pretty fast. I mean, we can't be waiting 24 seconds or something like that for a hero to show up. That's just not acceptable. So we're going to look for a couple of things to do. Where are you? Repair rate, projectile cost, circle offset, build time. It takes 25 seconds to build this unit, alternatively 5. Okay, so it takes now 5 seconds at 0 gold to build this hero. And I don't like that it costs supply. You can change how much supply the unit costs right here. Cool. Now we're going to build our hero. Alright, we can only have 1. But look, he's building much faster than he used to. For less gold than he used to. He's taking up no supply, unlike previously. And we can't build more of him because of that Uniqu&Heroic tag that we added. So, there we go. Awesome. We have successfully built a hero. By the way, if you want to add multiple heroes to this house so that there are potentially 1 or 2 or 5 heroes to build, you can follow the same steps that we just did to make Z-Hero-1 to do this. Okay, but there's another benefit to Uniqu&Heroic, because after all, Itano, what's going on here? Yeah, we've got abilities, and he can be trained, and there's only 1 of him, and that's all cool and all, but, I mean, I want a hero. Don't heroes have RPG stats? Like, I want him to gain levels. I want my hero to get stronger over time. And I hear your complaints. So here's what we're going to do. We need to do a couple of things. Making units have levels isn't difficult. It just has a couple steps that you have to follow. The first step is you have to look for experience. Experience levels. So experience levels, the amount of experience this unit needs to reach higher levels. Each value represents a level. The first value is the XP that we need to reach level 2, the second to reach 3, and so on. So, he's by default, once you put any experience levels in, it is assumed that the unit is of level 1. So, we want our unit to need, we're going to do squares, actually. So, in order to get to level 2, he's going to need 1 experience. And in order to reach level 3, or in order to reach level 2, I believe, we're going to have him require, we're going to use powers of 2. So he's going to need 2 to the second, because he's going to be a level 2, so 4. And then we want him to be at a total of 9 experience when he gets there. So 2 to the we're going to want 2 to the third, so he's going to need 8 to get to the next level. And then we're going to want him to be, 2 to the fourth, so 16. Is this right? We'll see. Okay, so he needs 4 experience to reach level 2, 8 experience to reach level 3, and 16 to reach level 4. Seems good? We'll see. Awesome. We're going to make our hero. Because this is I am doing this from the perspective that you are making something that the player can use to get heroes. Awesome. So look, we're level 1. We have 0 of 4 XP. We are off to races. We are off to do grand and exotic and exciting things, but we have no way of gaining experience. So we have to fix that. And in fact, I think I want to change the way that we get experience. So we're going to need 2 to the 0. We're going to need 2 to the first. 2 to the first is 2, 2 to the second is 4, 2 to the third is 8. Awesome. And just to show, when we test this, and we've made our hero, we're going to change his build time to instant, I believe, just for the purposes of testing. Look, he needs 2 experience to get to level 2. Awesome. We have successfully changed that, but there's still nothing for him to get experience off of. So we're going to make enemies that, when he kills them, generate experience. How are we going to do that? Well, of course, following the tips that I've explained before, when we make these units, we're going to make a unit, we're going to make a copy of an existing unit and then modify it for our purposes. We're going to call you XP fodder. ZXP fodder. Cool. And in fact, to show how fodder these wolves are going to be in terms of XP, we're going to reduce their health to 10. This is going to be just fine, right? No problems. We're going to put some XP fodder down here for player 2. We're going to put it in this bottom left-hand corner, and we're going to hit start, and then we're going to build our hero. We're going to go over there. We're going to kill some enemies, and then that is going to give us the experience. And if you can see the problem already, you're doing better than the majority of people. But if you don't see it, don't worry just yet. Yeah, all of them, we got 0 experience. Now, we did torch every single wolf there, but we got 0 experience. Why is that? Well, remember how I said we have to set experience and experience levels? Experience shows the amount of experience required for you to hit the next level. Experience levels determines how much experience a unit gives when it dies. So, or rather, experience levels determines how much you need to get to the next level. Experience is the amount of experience this unit gives when it gets killed. So, these wolves are called XP fodder. We're going to have them give 1 experience every time they die. And we're just going to, in fact, we're going to change the description because we feel like it. Fodder. XP fodder, specifically. Okay, awesome. So here we go. Now, this is awesome. We have a building that specially trains a hero. This hero, he seems to only have 1 of them. He has 2 abilities in Smash and Fireball. He has a mana regeneration rate. He looks like a hero. Look how much of a stomper he looks like compared to these like baby-looking wolves. Stomps them. Awesome. So we have killed 3 units now. The benefit of having killed 3 units being that each one of them, remember, by experience gives us 1 point of experience. We've killed 3 of them, so we got 3 points of experience. This is awesome. If you look here in the bottom bar, we are now level 2 with 3 of the 4 experience that we need to hit the next level. We are awesome. We are doing it. This is great. And there's just one problem. Don't you normally get a benefit from leveling up? But we don't seem to have any benefit from leveling up. I mean, I guess it's cool that we killed those things and we're level 2, but it doesn't mean anything for us to be level 2 if we can't do anything or aren't increasing power by the sense of being level 2. So we're going to go ahead and change that. Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and XP fodder, all these things give us, okay, we go down to experience, and does it seem, maybe if we gave more experience, well, that doesn't change the fact that we're not getting anything, right? Oh, okay, so experience 1, awesome, okay. And then we're going to go to the hero. I don't understand. He becomes these levels. But here's the problem. He has to have some benefit to being those levels. And what's perfect is that this allows us to talk about modifiers. And modifiers are some of the most powerful things in the LWG Editor. And with them, you will make your hero feel very, very much so heroic. So here's what we've got. ModifiersPerLevel. A list of modifiers that will be applied to this unit each time it levels up. For instance, you can make a modifier that gives +1 damage and +10 hit points, and link it here. So the unit will get +1 damage and +10 hit points each time it levels up. And you know what? That's what we're going to do. So this looks really different and really intimidating if you have not ever dealt with it before. But I would recommend that when you make a new modifier, you copy from damage buff. And I will show mine very shortly. So we're going to say hero level up Z hero. I need to learn how to spell, clearly. I don't speak any other language fluently, and I can't spell or type quickly in the one that I do. Wonderful. It's not true. I typed it like 110 or something. Okay, so Z hero level up. Awesome. So damage of 1. Okay, and hit points. Now, how do you know what the field name is that we're upgrading here? Well, the field name is in reference to the field of the unit or building that it's being applied to. So notice here that it says field DMG add 5 multiply 1. So when we go to units, we're going to go to our Z hero 1. And you see DMG is the field name. So his DMG is, or damage, is 22. So this modifier just to explain what it says it's doing with the basic modifier that we've copied, is that it says it's going to add 5 and multiply times 1 the value of the DMG field of whatever it's modifying. But it has to be modifying something. So we're going to go to hero1, and we're going to give him modifiersPerLevel. We go all the way to the bottom, because again, new items that you make go to the bottom, which is why, again, I recommend that you copy an existing thing rather than search for it, because we'll be searching for it in multiple places. And we get hero level up. Awesome. Okay, we're going to make this hero, and you can see how we're slowly but surely increasing the scale and the scope of what we're making here. So here we go. We've got our hero. He's big. He's got a wide health bar. He's got a couple of abilities. This is great. We're going to smash these wolves. We're actually just going to press Q and smash all these wolves left with. Boom! Oh, that's satisfying. Awesome. And look at that. Now we're level 2. We have 3 or 4 experience because each of those fodder wolves gave us 1 experience. So we hit level 2. We have damage plus 5. And Z hero level up. This unit gets a damage. Wait a second. Why does it say it has time left? Why does it? What? Our damage went away? No. It's not supposed to go away. No. Okay. Well, let's fix that. The reason it went away, if for those of you who are familiar with the editor, or maybe are observant and thought to ask the question earlier, is because of this quality right here called duration. Duration determines how long something lasts. The duration of the modifier, it will be removed after the duration expires. Put 0 or a negative number for endless duration. Once our hero is leveled up, we want him to keep the benefits of having leveled up forever. So we're going to change this to 0. Additionally, and hear me out on this, we don't want to add 5. I believe the example that was given to us was to add 1 damage and 10 HP. And G. Willikers, Batman, that is what we're going to do. So we're going to add 10 hit points and add 10, multiply by 1, add 1 damage, multiply by 1. Okay, sick. We're going to add some wolves over here to highlight something that I conceive that we will need very, very soon. Okay, there's 3 other wolves over there. All right, hero creation tutorial, here we go. We've got it. We've got our Z-trained hero. He's building. He's awesome. Cool. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to go over here. We're going to smash these wolves. Awesome. Look at that. We have 3 of 4 experience needed for level 2. We get 1 experience from each one of those. We have 22 damage, and we look over here. It still says this unit gets a damage buff and lasts 20 seconds, but it doesn't have a timer on it. Okay, we can fix that in the description. That's not a problem. Look at that. We're awesome. We're going to go over here. We're going to fireball all of these wolves. Because think about it. We have 3 of 4. We're going to gain 3 experience. 1 for each one that we torch over here. It's going to be immensely satisfying. Watch this. Awesome. Awesome. What? Okay, so we're level 3. Cool. We have 6 of 8 experience. That's cool. We only have one level up. We start with 350 health and 22 damage. Shouldn't we be at 370 health and plus 2 damage? Why is it only at 1? And moreover, why does it say that it's last 20 seconds this unit gets a damage buff? Something's wrong. Well, the thing that's wrong is another property of the modifiers tab. You go into modifiers, you go to Z hero level up. Duration is 0. It will last forever. But the modification, okay, add 1 damage, add 10 health. The max stack is 1. Max stack, how many instances of this modifier can be on 1 unit? Put 0 for unlimited instances. Okay, awesome. Also, we're going to change what this says. This unit is getting a damage buff? No. Hero level up. Hashtag DR is break line. Or it creates a new line. So instead of it saying last get field damage buff dot duration at seconds, we're going to have it say hero level up, and we're going to do HP plus we're going to do HP plus 10 hashtag and then hashtag DR. yeah, we're going to say damage +1. And now it'll have a tooltip that correctly identifies what it is, that has a duration, that means it will never end, and no matter how many times we level up, it will in fact maintain it. It will show it. So if we level up twice, we should have 2 modifiers on it. If we level up 5 times, we should have 5 modifiers on it. We can't level up 5 times because we haven't set the experience bar to deal with us having that high of a level. But alright, here we go. We smash these wolves for level 2, +1 damage. The tooltip, HP +10, damage +1. Okay, cool. We're going to torch a couple additional wolves over here. Those burn in a fire. And awesome, look, now we have 2 of these. Both of them are 8 hero level ups that give +10 HP and +1 damage. And we have +2 damage and +20 HP. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now there are way more complexities to get into than this, but the final complexity that I want to get into is, hey, what happens when your hero dies? So, to do that, here's what we're going to get into. We're going to delete these wolves. Remember, these 3 wolves will get us to the next level. And in fact, I think we're just going to add a couple more wolves over here so that we can get to level 3. Because why not, right? Each one of these gives 1 experience. I believe we need 8 total to max out. By the way, if you ever forget how much experience that you need to max out, again, you can go to Units, Hero 1, you can go to Experience Levels, and it says how much experience we need to get to each level. At this point, we need 8 experience to get to level 4, because 2 for level 2, 4 for level 3, 8 for level 4. So we have 8 wolves that are XP fodder that when we kill, we should get to level 4. But we need to learn about the final reason why you make things unique and heroic. So we're going to give, remember that swarm of soldiers from before? This is entirely too many soldiers for us to easily deal with. I'm going to run into them with the intention of dying. Hopefully I didn't put them so close to the house that they will die. They will attack the house, because we have not made our hero house invincible. Okay, we're going to go over here, and we're going to fireball all the wolves. Awesome. Okay, here we go. We're level 4. That means that we've leveled up 3 times. We have 3 purposes. We have 3 items here of hero level up. We do 25 damage each. We have 380 health. We are doing things, right? We are doing work. So we're gonna go over here and we're gonna have a pretty uncomplicated fight. I said we're gonna have an uncomplicated fight. Okay. Well, that's embarrassing. So here's the final benefit of unique and heroic. Well, there are many benefits, but this is something worth mentioning. It would suck if we had to start all over again with our level 0 hero, but we don't have to. Unique and heroic, the idea that we can only have 1 and it can be revived, means we keep all of the experience. So notice, we're still level 4 with 8 of 8 experience, and we still have +3 damage, and we still have the modifiers that show, hey look, we have additional damage. Now we're going to go over here, we're going to burninate some of these guys, because why wouldn't we, right? Yeah! Yeah! Now, are we going to win this one? Probably not, but we're gonna put in some good effort, right? Awesome. I feel hero like that. But to take it all the way back, to the beginning, there you go. Here's your hero. So we're going to go back to the beginning item that we had, where we're now going to do the final thing I want to do for this video, which is give like a feeling of contrast of what we had when we started versus what we have now. In order to do that, we're going to move a couple things. We're going to move the hero house up here, the top left-hand side of the map. And we're going to make, as best as we can, a little path of adventure for our hero. Just to show that he's awesome. It's going to be a very, very simple story. Like, Joseph Campbell is not going to record this story pretty much ever. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to put some of the wolves over. We're going to put some of the wolves over here. We're going to put some of the wolves over here. We're going to leave one wolf over here. And here's a couple more wolves. And here's a couple wolves as over here as well. Awesome. And then at the end, we're going to have that extremely large fight that we had previously. So we're going to go ahead and give the player 3 soldiers, and at the end, we're going to give our opponent something like 5 soldiers. Just basic soldiers, no changes to them whatsoever. We're going to train this hero, and we're going to take these 3 soldiers and go on a mini RPG, a mini quest that shows exactly all the things that we've done for the purpose of this video. So, here we go. We have a level 2 hero. He's a champion. He's just killing all these experienced spotter enemies. Okay, there we go. Here we go. We now have our max level hero. Sounds like something out of a manhwa, but you know, we do what we can. He's going to go over here, and now we've got the same fight that we had at the very beginning. We're going to press Q. Yeah! Yeah! And there we go. Like, look, we have actually made a hero. And you can make a hero too. As the final part of this video, now that that's done, you can see all the things that we started with, and after the course of an hour, all the things we did to make something feel heroic and entertain some of the basic aspects of what it would take to make a hero in Little Wargame in a way that you could feel like you've accomplished something and made something. Hero creation tutorial. Instead, we're just going to briefly write what we did. So let's go over what we did. Well, what did we do? We changed the visual size and health bar. 2 new ability. We're going to make this sound awesome. So we're going to say we play with oversized hero soldier. Ooh, I just lost a cap on my keyboard. 2 new, we're going to say 2 powerful abilities. Level up to defeat the enemy army. Final thing. Max supply. So we need to do a couple of things to make sure that when we upload this, the player doesn't win or lose immediately. How do we do that? So first, we're going to leave it unlocked so anyone can open this. We're going to make the first player slot open. Anybody, computer or otherwise, can play. We're going to close the player slots for players 3, 4, 5, and 6. Because as you see, we have no units enough to do for players 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to set player 1 to team of 1, and we're going to make player 2 the computer. Normal AI on team 2. Now, we're going to do a couple of things here that are important. Right now, if we were to if you test, you can test and play through all of this. However, if you were to play this in a game, the computer, player 2, would instantly lose. Why? Because the computer doesn't have any buildings. Now, let me show you something. This is a property that you can put on individual units as well. But we're going to go to Z Hero House. All the way at the bottom here, prevents loss. If a player has no buildings or units that prevent losing, he will be eliminated. Right now, blue, player 2, has no units that have that checked. Wolves and soldiers do not have that checked by default. So what we're going to do is we're going to give them their own enemy hero house. So that when you fight the computer at the very end. Now, this is not impervious to certain things. Like, I'm just going to suggest that you can cheese this very, very easily if you knew what you were doing. But if your players don't know that, then good for you. So now we have a building for the hero that needs to be wiped out so that when it dies, they lose no matter what. And the player over here has the gross imbalance in power, known as 3 soldiers and a hero. So we go back to settings and see what we did. Play with oversized hero soldier, 2 powerful abilities. Level up to defeat the enemy army. Respawn upon death. And there we go. We're going to leave it unlocked. So anybody can load this map into the editor. And if you allow something to be unlocked, other people can see the sprites that you've used and the data that you've used. Awesome. I will leave it unlocked so that you can do the same. We have the player and the villain of the computer. We have the name of the map. Awesome. So now, all that's left to do, and we're going to say the max supply a player can have is 10. That's fine. Why not? And we're going to give people a certain amount of starting gold. That's fine. All of this seems okay. We're going to go ahead and upload. Oh, the map name is invalid. Settings. Hero creation tutorial. Hero tutorial. Sometimes, if you put in characters that the map name does not like, or if you make the map name too long, it will not update, it will not upload. But you can see now that the upload is complete. So, with that, we're going to do one final thing. Because after all, it doesn't matter if you can test with it, as long as you can play with it. Because things work in test for you, and they may work differently when you go and create them as a multiplayer game. So we're going to look for Hero tutorial. Play with oversized hero soldier. 2 powerful abilities. Level up to defeat the enemy army. Respawn upon death. With exclamation points to let you know it's super important. And notice, player 2, computer, already put in for us. Fantastic. Okay, let's get it on. Alright, we've got a hero from a house.
Your command.
Awesome.
As you wish, sire. Yes.
Okay, cool. We've leveled up.
Yes.
Awesome. We're going to fireball these, by the way. I know that they're there. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to go over here. Awesome. Okay, we have hit max level. Our game seems to be working so far. Our hero seems to be working so far.
As you wish, sire.
Awesome.
As you wish, sire.
Awesome. Okay. We're going to cast Fireball again. Everything seems to be working so far. Doesn't seem bad. Does not seem bad. And our hero is putting in the work. For despite being 3 soldiers against 5 or 6, we win quite nicely. Eventually, of course, we will kill this building. Once we kill the building, hey, guess what? We win. With a hero, no less. Feels good. And that's it. That is a little bit, just the primer, not all of it, but just a taste of what it's like to create a hero in the editor, how to make a map from nothing from the imposing editor screen into something that you and other people can enjoy.